What is going on, guys? Beyond the break here. Thought we'd do something different today. We are putting together a PSA submission for the 1980 to modern day sports cards special that PSA is currently running for $16 a card. And thought we'd go through each card that we are sending and do a bit of a breakdown. Some things that we want to consider when we are sending these cards. When it's okay not to send a card versus when it is to send a card. Especially when these specials are going on, I think we say throughout our videos a lot, it's easier to take some risks when they are discounted for these specials. Some things, else we want to consider is not just the raw price of these cards and what we're buying over eBay, but also considering, recent sales of a potential PSA 10 or a PSA 9. Obviously the grading fee goes into account, as well as the eBay fee. I know some people, we've seen comments before where people say we don't take in consideration the eBay fee if we are selling over eBay. And that's something that we definitely want to take into consideration when we are sending or deciding to send a card in for grading. Just because a card looks great and it grades out, a PSA 10, we still might not make money. Obviously, the whole point of this is not just to make money. We enjoy grading these cards. We enjoy collecting. We enjoy just the reveals overall and making these videos, but also want to consider when we do decide to sell if it's worth grading as a whole. So with that, we got a 20 card submission we are putting together. A lot of these cards, again, aren't expensive. They're from a raw side. They're rather on the cheaper end. And if it does grade out to PSA 10, which is that what we're shooting for, we still will make a decent profit with our margins. So, for example, this Jason Tatum, we bought this for $2.75. A recent comp, we weren't, obviously this is the 2024 Select Red Ice. So right now people are probably in the process of grading these cards. Card was clean, no issues here. Obviously, again, we're shooting for 9s and 10s. Obviously, 10 is the ideal here. Bought this card for $2.75. If it comes back at PSA 10, we estimate this to be about $40. Again, when we take into consideration the grading fee and then eBay fee, we roughly calculate 15% of sale. That would give us a profit of $15.25. Here's a Jacob deGrom green mosaic aces. Again, one that we want to look over pretty closely. Want to assure ourselves that we are getting a PSA 10 here. A 9, we most likely will lose a couple bucks. Here we estimate this to be another $40 card if it were to come back a PSA 10. Got this card for only $1, so the profit of that when taking into consideration grading fees and eBay fees would be 17 bucks. Here's a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, second year silver. Another card where we felt that centering looked great, no issues here. We've talked about these prisms before, these 2019, 2020 prisms. Obviously the centering up top, you can kind of count those dots. Bought this card for a little under $3, so really cheap card. If it grades out a 10, latest sales go for 35, 40 bucks. So not too expensive of a card. This is a card that maybe we hold on to when the season comes back around. If we were to sell it today for that $35, $40 range, you're looking at a price range, a profit of $15, $16. Here's an All-Stars Topps Finest Mike Piazza refractor. Got this card for $4, so another cheaper end card. Grading for these, obviously, when it's early 2000s, late 1990s, these refractors, you want to be sure. But at the same time, a lot of these older cards, when they do come back a 9, it's easy to sell. You might just break even, so it is worth the risk, especially during these specials. With a card like this, everything looked clean, no issues. Back of it, I think the only thing is the centering a little bit left to right. But all in all, it looked real clean. For a comp for this, I've gotten pretty good with these refractors. If it does come back at 10, it usually is a lower pop card. But for something like this is an all-star. These, I believe, it's more of an insert. So a refractor for these, we estimate this to be again, if it comes back at 10, a $50, $60 card. Comes back at 9, you're looking at a $20, $25 card maybe. So if it comes back at 10, we estimated a $50 card, we're looking at a $22 profit. Here's a Peyton Manning Topps Chrome Refractor. Got this for $15.50 in auction. All these cards are in auction style. It's usually where we find the best value for cards, especially when you're working with DC Sports, ComC, all those top sellers over on eBay. Card looked clean. Centering is a big issue for these Topps Chromes, I know. Top to bottom. I think top to bottom is a little bit left to right, looks real good. Surface looked great. Backs, obviously with these green backs, it's definitely difficult. You can see the whitening, but here, everything looked good there. I'm noticing this now. Let me just double check that. So it does look to be on the card. So that's something I will review over again. Again, that might just push that to a 9. We're looking at a 10, you're looking at a $120 card. Obviously that's something we would love to get. 9, you're looking at maybe $35, $40 card with these, Hall of Famers, greats, quarterbacks. They sell pretty hot, especially when it's a refractor or a low numbered card. So 10, obviously we're shooting for 120. Looks like that's probably not the case. I think we're most likely going to look at that 9. A 10 you would get $70 profit. A 9, you're most likely looking at breaking even. So obviously hoping for that 10, but 9, you're not breaking that. You're not hurting the bank there. Here's a Vince Carter orange. This is a 2016 Prism. This is out of 49. Just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Kind of cool. I think a little bit of a color match. I can't tell if Memphis's jerseys were orange that year. But no comps on this out of 49. So when you especially when you don't have comps, but you have these numbered cards, these Prisms, I like to look at other Prisms that's sold in this set. So anything higher or lower number, I like to review. If it's a higher numbered Prism, best case scenario is if this becomes a gem, if this gems, you're looking at a little bit higher of a price than higher numbered Prisms, and then vice versa. For lower numbered Prisms, you might look at a lower price card if it does gem. So we estimate this to be a $75 card if it does gem. I think we found other cards that were numbered to 120, out of 99 were more in that $50, $60 range, so gave it a little bit of a bump. So a $75 card, got this for $4 in an auction, looking at $43 profit. Here's another recent 2024 Select Red Ice and Edwards. Got this for a little under $6 in an auction. Again, no recent comps, so we did look at 2023 Red Ice Selects, and they were selling for around the $60 range, so estimating about $60 if it gems. With that gem, we're looking at a little under $30 in profit. Here's one we've been grading a lot of lately. These are more long-term holds. These are the Julio Rodriguez Gold Cup refractors. Starting to look great here, no main issues. Been sending these along as our orders keep going. Right now, these are going for $40, $50 range. These are long-term holds for us, though. We plan on not selling these, but if we were to sell them today, got this for $1, we're looking at a $25 profit if it gems. So these are all if it gems. Here is a Andrew McCutcheon's, I guess, pink. It's not a pink disco, but it's out of 350. Pink sparkle, I think they're calling it. Magenta sparkle, maybe. Out of 350, little top to bottom. Centering looked great in the left to right, but top to bottom, but back looked pretty good too. If this gems, we're estimating this to be a $40 card. We got this in an auction for $1. Expecting this to be a $40 card. PSA 9s have gone for $15 or so. So again, because of this sale, because we got it cheap for raw, we're losing a couple bucks with PSA 9s, but we're not breaking the bank if it comes back at 9. This is a Topps Finest Freddie Freeman Purple. This is out of 250. Everything looked good. Little left to right in the centering in the back, but other than that, everything else looked clean. Didn't see any comps for this. I think we found something that was out of 300. It was going for $35, so we round this up to a $40 card if it gems. Got this for $3.75, which would give us a profit of 14 bucks. Here's just a Ronald Acuna Topps Chrome Pink. Unfortunately, he just got hurt, but I still believe in his skill sets and for the long-term haul. Got this actually. Let's pay a little extra, couple bucks for it, for a little over $4. Again, not breaking the bank, not really too pricey. Comes back a gem. We're looking at a $40 card. Here's one, Kirk Cousins Select Green out of 49. So real low numbered, low below 50. We like to shoot for some of these players. Not sure who's buying too many Kirk Cousins, but he's had a great career. If it gems, we're looking at $40 to $45 card. Got this card too for $250 in auction. So overall, looking at a profit a little under 20 bucks if it gems. Here's an Aaron Rodgers. This is just a green ice, so nice little color match fireworks insert. Not numbered. Everything looked clean, a little bit left to right with the logo, with this back. But again, I think it's worth the risk. Looked clean to me. Other than that, spend another dollar card here. If it gems though, we're looking at comps for these. We're going for 45 bucks in gem, so you're looking at a $20 profit. Here's a cool Christian McCaffrey. I thought it was like a cool color match. Red Phoenix out of 340. This looked clean to me. Everything looked great. Didn't see any comps, but again, looking at the other sales for other lower numbered cards, they're going for a bit higher than 40 bucks. So we estimated this for another $40 card. Paid a little extra for this. I guess the number of Christian McCaffrey at the time were going pretty high. Paid a little over $5 for this. So profit only $12.50. So this is one where, we have to be sure we're getting that PSA 9. I feel pretty confident that we are. We have to be sure we're getting that PSA 10. I feel pretty confident that we will. And if we don't, again, we're not losing too much on it, but we're not gaining anything. Here's another one of those Phoenix. Bought a bunch of these. Cooper Cup out of 99, so low numbered. Again, not many comps on these, but we're estimating this for about $40 with a profit of a little under 14 bucks. Here's one, Randy Johnson, Topps Finest Gamers Refractor. Still have the film on, the protector coating on it. I will be removing that. If you've seen other previous videos, we only remove them if we feel like that's the last thing that it needs before a PSA 10. Everything else looked clean. Didn't find any comps on these actually. I looked around, but again, with these late 90s, early 2000 refractors, get a good gauge on these. Paid $9.75 on this in an auction style. Estimate this to be a $75 card if it does come back a PSA 10. That would give us a profit of $38. A few more here. We got a Finest Hitman Refractor. Darren Woodson did take the protector off this one already. Been having this one, had this one for a little bit now. Everything looked real clean here, no issues here. Couldn't find a comp for this, paid a little under $4 for it. But a player like him, Hall of Famer, but not well known, I'm estimating this card to be about a $65 card. Shoot for a $65 card if it gems. And that would give us a little bit of a profit of $35. Last few here, a Topps Chrome Club, I think it's Club 42, Manny Ramirez Refractor. This is probably the best card in the lot here. From a comp standpoint, It was tough to find. They were kind of all over the place. There was no comps for Manny from a refractor standpoint. There was comps for Alex Rodriguez we found, for Ken Griffey. You know, Griffey refractors are going for under $700, Gem 10s. Obviously, that's not the case for these. So we're estimating this to be closer to $100. I think the A-Rod was around 125, 140 comps were. Other players, similar pricing. So for Manny, I find $100 is a reasonable comp. We paid $12 for this. At $100, if we were to sell, a profit of $57. Here is a Jacob deGrom Topps Chrome Pink. You know, I bought a couple of his cards. I'm trying to test out different players, different markets. Pitchers aren't really, or I have found it harder to sell, especially with him being hurt. You know, he's going to come back later in the year. Maybe he'll catch some steam and we'll be able to sell some of his cards. But for now, you know, he's just a little bit of a longer term hold. But for his card here, you know, again, another dollar card. If it gems, we're looking at a $40 card. If it gems, you have to be sure it's clean. I'll look this over 3 or 4 times before sending through. But if it does gem at $40, you're looking at $17 in profit. And then the last card here is another Cooper Kupp Phoenix. This is out of 125, so a little bit of a higher numbered card. You're looking at a $35, $40 card as well for these. Nice little color match on top of the blue LA. So yeah, so that's really it. So all in all, from a raw card standpoint, we're in this for $91. So this whole batch, through eBay, we paid $91. With grading fees, you're looking at $16 a card. Obviously, there's a couple shipping factor. I think it's $20 extra on shipping. So all in all, we're looking at $320 from a shipping standpoint. From an eBay fee standpoint, again, we estimate about 15% off of the sale price. Looking at $162 in fees. And then all in all, if everything were to gem 10, which obviously we don't expect that to be the case, but if that were the case, we're looking at $510 in profit. So when all said and done, we're looking at a little over $500 in profit. Now, obviously, like I already mentioned, we're not expecting all of them to come back gem 10s. The goal here always is, to have that 65-75% gem rate. We'll look these cards over multiple times. Hopefully we'll get back that majority 10s. If that's the case, the goal is, between $250, $350 in total profit. With those other 9 selling, kind of breaking even, losing a couple bucks, obviously not hurting the bank too hard. So that's it for today's video. Please like and subscribe. Please leave comments too if you like this style of video. I thought I'd try something a little different than just kind of going through the process of what cards we're shipping. If you'd like to see anything else, please send through in the comments. Definitely want to get some more ideas on types of videos we'd like to see, especially when we are doing these PSA submissions, or just all in all what we like to do from a collecting and hobby standpoint. Till next time.